The queen charge is the strongest and best way to start an attack. Since many don't know how to use it or where to use it, let's give a complete guide to using queen charge in Clash of Clans. To tell this tale, we need to start by going in depth on the queen's 2 unknown stats. She has an attack range and a sight range. Her attack range is 5 tiles, and her sight range is 8 tiles. But her sight range pretty much is going to dictate her pathing, or better known as her AI. Now, how her AI works is known as the rule of 3. She will look for 3 of the closest buildings. This means that she'll ignore all those other buildings and will just focus on the 3 she can reach. Once one of those 3 buildings have been removed, whether it's on the outside of the base or behind a wall, she will then restart the process. This means you will want to create a pretty wide funnel on one side of the base to get your queen to go in. Speaking of which, it's now time to set up your queen charge. Base reading is still the lifeblood of anything. There are 2 different ways to use your queen charge. A queen charge Lalo and a queen charge hybrid are the same, yet are set up totally differently. Let's start with an anti-3. In something such as a queen charge Lalo, always look for the queen and the CC. Since defensive targeting troops cannot attack anything back, you must go for these. These 2 are usually placed together and are protected by key defenses such as Infernos, Eagles, Scatter, Expos, and other lesser defenses. Try to get pathing and the queen and the CC along with any other buildings to get the most value. Unlike using a Lalo, in attacks that don't use defensive targeting troops, you mainly want to go for the clan castle and pathing. A great example is queen charge hybrid, since all you have to do is really just create a lane for one side of your hybrid to move through. Anti-3s usually have an easy time for queen charges since they allow for simple pathing for the queen to move up or down the base depending on where you hit. Now, moving to an anti-2, it gets a little bit different. In these type of bases, usually the CC and queen are in the core with high value defenses. In any sort of queen charge Lalo or hog attack, you have to charge into the core. This means you need to establish much more of a funnel so the queen can move into the core. A quick tip is that you can use the king and royal champion to funnel her to go into the core of the base. This can also net you some really nice value since the RC goes for defenses. However, in something like a queen charge hybrid, it has it easy. All you have to do is queen charge one side, preferably where the clan castle is, so you can remove that, and then use a siege of your choice on the other side with the hybrid sandwiched in between. It's a pretty simple way that makes these type of bases for hybrid extremely easy. Now, if you want to learn more about the queen charge hybrid, check out my in-depth guide on this after this video. The link to it is in the description below. There are 2 things you need to do before you actually get your queen into the base. First, you need to funnel. Sneaky goblins and baby dragons are the most go-to troops. Sneaky goblins are great for resource buildings, and baby dragons are good on pretty much any buildings as long as there's not an air defense near it. A quick tip though, make sure to use a balloon to look for any seeking air mines or that funnel is not gonna cut it. The Yeti and the King are also great options, don't get me wrong, but don't place them near her, especially if she hasn't taken damage. The healers are gonna say adios to your queen. And of course, after that point, you should break your queen in. Wall breakers and super wall breakers are the most common way and best way to get her in. If you're using regular wall breakers, use one singular test wall breaker to look for small bombs or giant bombs. That way, you can then use the regular wall breakers to break them into the base. Jump and earthquake spells can be used as well, but they work better on the interior to get the queen deeper into the base. Now it's time for the juicy part, the queen charge itself. Wait for the queen to start taking a little bit of damage before you drop your healers in. This way, your healers do not switch to another target that is near them, such as a Yeti or King, and will stay on the queen. Make sure to use a balloon or 2 to look for any seeking air mines. One seeking air mine will kill a healer in one shot, so be very careful. The queen ability is a very useful tool to take down buildings while not being targeted. This does mean you should use them in between attacks of hard-hitting defenses and CC troops, such as Scatters, Eagles, and the Super Minions. Do not use the Queen ability while she's on low HP and they are attacking. This will still kill your Queen even through an ability. Of course, you've also got spells. Freeze and invisibility can be used to mitigate damage on the Queen and the healers. Make sure to use those spells so that they can stay alive. This will just give you enough power to get through the area you want to with the Queen charge. But of course, the Rage spell is the lifeblood of any Queen charge. You can use this a bit ahead of the Queen and healers to keep the Queen healed up even while she's moving. This means the healers will still be under rage and they will still keep your Queen alive. The best time to use those rage spells are really when the Queen is taking a bit too much damage as you work in, or if you are dealing with the enemy CC. But of course, what is always the right time is to use my creator code, CORRUPT. It really supports the channel and is greatly appreciated, my friends. Now, of course, we want to talk about the CC. How do you deal with different CC types? So let's go through them really quickly. Hounds and Golem CCs are really easy. Wait until they're half HP and then use a poison and a rage spell. Bring in the use of a minion if you're dealing with lava pups, since they will reach over to your healers. Super minions can be difficult, but using a poison and a rage spell can allow you to get the job done. Just try to keep them within that poison. Baby dragons and E-drags are the easiest type of CCs to deal with. Just drop a poison and they are going to be done. However, all of these, except for E-drags, will have headhunters. So make sure to rage up your Queen and use a poison spell so you can deal with them alongside the main CC troop. Now, hopefully you are able to show your power with the Queen charge and maybe even show off to your own clanmates. But of course, if you want to see some attacks that utilize a Queen charge, I have a Queen charge hybrid guide I did recently right here, alongside a Queen charge Lalo video that's still relevant today. Alongside this, YouTube says that this is the best video for you, so you should go check it out, and I'll be catching you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.